Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. Conor McGregor suffers second first-round knockout loss in 2 weeks in difficult. The Ultimate Fighter start. There has been quite a wild ride for Conor McGregor, the UFC champ. You know how? Just because he suffered his second knockout defeat within a round. Yep, this time it was against Michael Chandler, his coaching counterpart on the show. McGregor's comeback promotion took a hit as he couldn't even get a fighter past the opening round. Tough luck, right? Now, McGregor is training 2 teams of up-and-comers, all hungry for those coveted UFC contracts, while Chandler has a squad of seasoned veterans ready to throw down. Now here is the drama. Trevor Wells and Timur Valiev's fight got axed due to a pesky cold sore. But hold on. Things heated up when McGregor's top bantamweight seed, Mando Gutierrez, stepped in against Chandler's number 4, Cody Gibson. What a combination. Guys, it was a battle of wits. Gutierrez started strong, but Gibson fought back, outstriking his opponent and finding his rhythm. Then, in a jaw-dropping twist, Gibson unleashed a killer knee that dropped Gutierrez like a sack of potatoes. Ouch! Ground and pound sealed the deal, leaving Gutierrez unable to defend himself. McGregor still believes in his fighter's potential, but man, he's frustrated by this second loss. It was a tough fight, that was, McGregor told cameras afterwards. Cody had plenty of experience inside the octagon throughout the years, and then the flying knee was a good shot. Mando's a great little fighter, though. I would have liked him to stand his ground a bit more. Dana White, angry on MMA media. Once again, Dana White stirring up some drama in the MMA media scene. This time he's got a side project called the Power Slap League, and their second event just went down on May 24, 2023. But hold on to your hats because it was anything but smooth sailing. Controversy seemed to be the name of the game at this slaptastic extravaganza. Rule breaks and all sorts of questionable stuff unfolded in several of the contests. Dana White just can't catch a break when it comes to keeping things clean and controversy-free. But wait. Before the slap show even started, we had a little pre-game controversy brewing. Robbie Fox, an employee at Barstool Sports, decided to drop a bomb on Twitter. He publicly thanked Dana White for flying him out to Las Vegas and covering all his expenses for the event. Uh-oh, media ethics alarm bells started ringing all over the place. The community didn't take it kindly towards this whole situation. They raised their eyebrows and shook their heads in disapproval. Impressive move. Tell the rest of the media who think they're professional to kiss your effing gas, White told Fox. Every one of those effing scumbags are a bunch of unprofessional effing douchebags. F every one of them. They're all awful. I would love to see which professionals are calling you unprofessional, he continued. They're a bunch of effing bloggers. They're all full of sit. They're not media, they're bloggers. Big difference. 100 effing %. Exactly. You know what's interesting? When Dana White dropped his statement, Robbie Fox stood his ground and stuck up for bloggers. He had a point to make, and he wasn't about to back down. But let's be real here. Dana White is never one to hold back, and he was definitely not going to let this topic slide. From day one in the crazy world of combat sports, White has made it clear that his business ventures were never meant to reach the level they have now. Listen, let me tell you how effing powerful and influential the media is, White said. If it was up to the media, the UFC would have never effing made it, okay? If it was up to the media, we would have never gone through COVID. If it was up to the media that had any type of influence or power, if they mattered whatsoever, Power Slap would not be doing what it's doing right now. So let them effing talk. Israel Adesanya thinks this undefeated welterweight is definitely a future UFC champion. Guess who's joining the Ian Machado Gary fan club? None other than the reigning UFC middleweight champion himself, Israel Adesanya. After witnessing Gary's impressive performance and first-round TKO of Daniel Rodriguez at UFC Charlotte in May, the future wasted no time blowing his own horn in the post-fight interview, proclaiming, "UFC, you have a new star in town." And it seems like Adesanya agrees wholeheartedly. In one of his recent YouTube videos, The Last Stylebender discussed Machado Gary and his potential in the UFC. And it's always exciting when a rising star catches the attention of the champion. And that's exactly what's happening here. Adesanya knows talent when he sees it, and he's not shy about recognizing it. The future looks bright for the future.
He's clean, said Israel Adesanya. He even called it. I saw a clip of him talking prior to the fight, saying that he wanted to catch him with a high kick, a right high kick. Anything else is an accident. I like the way he carries himself, continued Israel Adesanya. He's got that spirit about him. He's that dude. He's a player in the game. I think he's just a future champion for sure. Even right now, he's young, so he's definitely a future champion. Beneil Dariush says he has no problem taking it to the ground with Charles Oliveira at UFC 289. Let me tell you about Beneil Dariush's fighting spirit. This guy is ready to throw down no matter what. He had his sights set on a fight against Charles Oliveira back in March, but it didn't materialize until May. And just when everything seemed set, Oliveira suffered a minor injury, pushing the fight further to UFC 289 in June. It's definitely been frustrating, Dariush shared his thoughts. Now, when the fight finally got rescheduled for June, Dariush received some interesting news. If Oliveira were to pull out again, Dariush would be awarded the next title shot. But here's the thing. Dariush wanted the opportunity to face Oliveira. They were booked in the past, and he believes he matches up well against him, just because he wants to prove himself in the octagon. Now, here's a surprising twist. Despite it being a title eliminator, the fight between Dariush and Oliveira is not scheduled for 5 rounds. It never really came up. With a guy like Charles, you don't really need 5 rounds, Dariush said. He either kills or is killed within 3 rounds. I don't think we need 5 rounds, but I wouldn't mind 5 rounds. With me and Charles, we don't hide anything. We are going to go out there and do our thing. According to Beneil Dariush, whether the fight is scheduled for 5 rounds or not, it won't make a difference. He's confident that when he steps into the octagon, he knows Oliveira has a solid ground game, but he's not afraid to go toe-to-toe with him on the mat. Faith in power. Ideally, he will want to be on top. He will want to take me down and be on top, Dariush said. I think the ideal situation for Charles is to be on top, stand up and get me to the ground. That will be his ideal situation. I have no problem taking it to the ground. If the fight ends up on the ground, great. If the fight stays standing, great. It's going to be my way either way. That is how I see it playing out. Kill or be killed. Either I end up killing Charles in this fight, or he kills me. There is no other way around me. If Dariush gets the stoppage win at UFC 289, the UFC has promised him a title shot next. It will be wild. It will be 10 years in the UFC to finally get a title shot. I don't know how long Bisping took or other guys took, but that is quite a while for me. Joe Rogan replaced on UFC 289 broadcast team. Lastly, the commentator's booth for this Saturday's UFC 289 event in Vancouver, Canada, is dedicated to Joe Rogan. Surely he will be taking a break from the action. According to a report from MMA Fighting, the veteran stand-up comedian and longtime color commentator won't be joining John Anik and former double champion Daniel Cormier on the broadcast. But fear not, the UFC has found a worthy replacement in the form of retired lightweight fighter Paul Felder. As of now, there's no clear reason why Joe Rogan won't be attending the event. However, this isn't unfamiliar territory for Felder. He has stepped in for Rogan on several occasions in the past, showing his expertise in the commentating booth. In fact, back in January of this year, Felder traveled to Brazil for UFC 283 when Rogan couldn't make the trip. While Rogan has been known to skip cards that take place outside of North America, it's a bit unusual for him to purposely miss an event in the northern side of the continent, since UFC 289 is happening in Vancouver, Canada, instead of the United States. That may be the reason why Rogan decided to sit this one out too. Let's tune in and enjoy the action. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching till the end. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay updated about our future videos. See you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.